My professor once told me that the whole universe is conspiring against you to make sure that you don't make your film. I bet you thought making a movie would be easy. Well, welcome to my film, I guess. And might I add, it's based on a true story. So the hard part about filmmaking isn't necessarily writing, but writing something good. You can probably put a typewriter in front of a monkey and they can give you something. The hardest part about any beginning is starting, and boy, is writing hard. You have to think of something fresh, something original, something never seen before, and if you copy, it at least has to be good. Safe to say, I was struggling. I kept drawing blank after blank after blank. I even called to the heavens for help, hoping that my prayer and good deeds would get me something. But still nothing. It's actually a bit difficult. So maybe you take a break. You decide, let me just take a walk. Then you realize, my professor's understanding, but they're not that understanding. I should probably get back to work. And in that moment, you think you can create something. The juices are flowing, you took a break, your brain is ready, everything is getting started, and you bomb. So you do what any other red-blooded American would do. You Google it. Google must have the answers. There's no cheating if you're getting help, right? It's really appealing to wisdom of the people who came before you. The problem is everyone thinks they have the right way to write a movie. And honestly, it's a lot of reading. And maybe I'll try this another day. Let's take a moment to think. This is what you want to do, right? So you have to do it. If, by some chance, and I mean if, fortune smiles upon you, you get an idea. Now it's about getting people. You know the hardest part about getting people is, surprisingly, no one will work for free. No matter how many people you call, no matter how many people you text, you FaceTime, you explain how big the project is going to be, people usually have one answer. Where's the money? Like what happened to the passion, doing it for the love of the craft? Everyone is just money, money, money. When you hit that wall, you pull out your secret weapon. You can be an executive producer. I'm giving producer credits to anyone who wants to join. And still, you would think that's enticing, but no one wants to be an executive producer on a student film. That's so shocking. So now you start to think to yourself, where can I find a no-name, talentless loser that's willing to star in this thing for free? And then it hits me. I know the perfect idiot. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Like no one picked up my phone calls. So I have to then kind of help myself. It's going to be hard because it's going to require me to convince myself. But I can do it. I think I can be a star. That's right, I can be a star. Well, I'm going to try because I don't have any other, options. Principal photography. I cannot stress how difficult it is to set the equipment up, press the record button, have a seat or do what you need to do in front of the camera, get up, stop the recording, make sure everything is right. It's going to require you to check everything 3 or 4 times. You may actually set yourself up, think you're ready, and realize, wait, no. Don't make the same mistakes that I kept making. I kept starting and realizing halfway through that I did not press the record button. After the record button is pressed, then the real magic can happen. Crying on demand, Oscar worthy. Ish. They say we are our own worst enemies, so when you're reviewing, try not to be too hard on yourself. I just thought this was pretty bad, but the film must be made and the journey must continue. For me, editing is the easiest part of the journey. And believe it or not, I dislike editing, but it's not because it's hard. In fact, it's actually pretty easy if I think about it. What makes editing just so boring to me is just you have to have a lot of patience. You have to sit here, go through all the files, watch every take, make sure you have the best one, and then you have to think about coloring, sound design, and all of these other elements, which I can do, but it's really a test of my patience. Through this process, I've learned to enjoy filmmaking and films a little bit more. I think when I go to the movie theaters, I won't be in such a rush to leave. I might look at these credits and silently thank these people for putting this together, because making a film is incredibly difficult. There comes a time in a filmmaker's career where they look at their project, they look at what they've done, and they think to themselves, man, this is awful. This is like really bad. Like this can't even, oh my gosh, we should like burn this. And when you come to that conclusion, you just have to think, maybe, just maybe my film was all the friends we made along the way.